Welcome to Bleacher. Let's say be welcome to WBDR and Bleacher Talk Live with Big Daddy Rich here. Good to see y'all. Hope to see a few of y'all coming in here. Just let's get a little morning jam going. What y'all say? Let's see what we got here. I figured out some stuff on this. Come on. I don't know if y'all can hear it or not, but I can. Come on. Okay, that's enough of that weirdness. Bringing the chat up right now. Going to see who all's on this morning. I don't know how if I don't know. I don't know if I got anybody. I don't know if I got anybody up and awake this morning. Enter full screen mode. Look at that. I didn't even know I could do this. This is crazy. I don't know what y'all are seeing, but I'm seeing all kind of stuff. Going to talk to y'all a little bit about this. I got to get out of this Saturday. It's my Saturday morning picks. Okay, so I do SEC picks. I'm gonna start doing them every Saturday. I plan on going live a lot more. We've been extremely busy this week. Haven't been able to do that yet. So working on it. But we will be doing more lives in the future. What's up, John McLeod? Good to see you. I made some picks last week, and guys, I don't know for 100%, but I feel pretty confident. I was 100% on all my picks last week in the SEC, but it was a fairly easy week. All right, so I did pick Texas A&M over Auburn, and that was correct. They beat Auburn 27-10. Kentucky versus Vanderbilt, went with Kentucky. Obviously, they won 45-28. Ole Miss, Alabama. I not only said Alabama over Ole Miss, but I also said by 14 points, and that's exactly what they did. I ain't going to brag, but okay. Tennessee versus UTSA. Obviously, I picked them over UTSA. Florida over Charlotte. I picked them, which wasn't a very big win. It's 22-7. Kind of embarrassing. Arkansas over LSU. I did pick LSU, and they won that one 34-31, which was a lot more of a nail biter than I actually thought it would be. Georgia over UAB. Picked Georgia, obviously. Missouri over Memphis, obviously, but they barely won 34-27. And then South Carolina over Mississippi State, and they pulled the win out 37-30. So 100% on all my SEC picks last week. Let's see if I can do that again this week. What do y'all think? I doubt it. I doubt it very seriously, but we're going to try because this week's going to be just a little bit tougher. So this week in the SEC, what we're looking at is you've got Florida. Let's see. I wonder if I could separate this. I can. That way I can watch my stream at the same time. Daniel Gray, good morning, sir. It's good to have you on here, buddy. I hope your health's doing good and everything's going well with that. I know you had some issues in the past, but hope everything's good with you, buddy. Sure do. Come on. So this week, first game, I guess the first game's on today. This be 11 a.m. Florida takes on Kentucky. This is not going to be easy. It's at Kentucky, okay? And Florida, who beat Charlotte barely last week, is got me a little bit nervous. That's great, Daniel. Glad to hear it, buddy. Glad to hear it. So Kentucky at home. I know Kentucky's all excited about their season and everything they got going. They haven't played much. Good morning, Mr. Oliver. I'm going to go with Kentucky, regardless. Florida at Kentucky, Tennessee really messed the bed against Florida. You had 7-8 offensive penalties, false starts, and just totally destroying yourself. And second half, Florida only scored 3 points against Tennessee. So I think Kentucky's going to pull out the win over Florida today at 11 a.m. That's my prediction. Texas A&M, Arkansas. That's going to be at 11 too. Tune into that one. This one will be tough. It's at Arkansas. I know LSU and Arkansas played last week. That was a very close game. So this one could go either way. I'm probably, thank you, Daniel. I appreciate that. I think Texas A&M and Arkansas. Boy, this is tough. I think I'm going to go Arkansas. I think they're going to beat Texas A&M this week. That's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to say my head says Texas A&M. My gut says Arkansas. I'm going with Arkansas. Okay, that's all I know to tell you guys. They fought hard against LSU last week, and LSU ain't no joke either. So, Missouri Vanderbilt. You kidding me? I mean, it's like these two teams are going to see. They're going to fight to see who can lose it. You know what I mean? It's just like these are the bottom of the barrel of the SEC. It's going to be at Vanderbilt, which is a little bit of an advantage, but I'm still going Missouri. Yeah, I agree, Daniel. It's going to be a good game. Definitely going Missouri here on the Missouri-Vanderbilt game. Daniel referring to the actual Texas A&M Arkansas game. That was going to be a good game. I actually skipped Georgia and Auburn. My bad, guys. 11 a.m. is when Texas A&M and Arkansas plays. At 2:30, Georgia's taking on Auburn. I like that, Chad. Yeah, I'm going to go Missouri, but yeah, like you said, it's going to be close. But I skipped over Georgia and Auburn. My bad. They come on at 2:30. Let's go to Georgia and Auburn. It's at Auburn. And my gut wants to say Auburn might do some kind of upset, but my head knows better. I'm going Georgia on this one all the way because Auburn just didn't do good last week. It was not good at all. So I think they scored 10 points. I can't remember what the score was, but I know they played. My gosh, they had the toughest game. Was it LSU they played? No. Who did Auburn play last week? My gosh, I just said the scores. Texas A&M. And I picked Texas A&M. Ooh, God, it makes me want to change my other pick from Arkansas to Texas A&M. But I'm not going to. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to stick with Arkansas. So, who you got, Chad, Daniel? Who y'all got? Georgia, Auburn. I'm picking Georgia, obviously. Done said that. Head and gut. Just going Georgia over Auburn. What y'all thinking? Talk to me. Georgia's not been. I don't know. I just hadn't played like a number one team, but they hadn't played not like a number one team either. It's kind of like they've been run of the mill, but undefeated. That's right, Chad. I get you. I feel like they're playing a little bit to the level of their competition this year. So, which is kind of good for them because it makes them look not as good as what they are, but they're pretty good. I mean, they've had the number one recruiting class. There's 7,000 years in a row. They got all kind of talent on the team. So I feel like they're kind of playing with their food a little bit and hopefully don't come back to bite them. But I don't think they're going to be playing with their food when they go on the road to Auburn. I think they're going to be ready, psyched up, ready to go. So Georgia over Auburn. I done said Missouri over Vanderbilt. Chad Oliver says Missouri by 2. I like it. Going to say – yeah, I agree. I'm with him on that. It's going to be a 3-point game, somewhere around in there. LSU versus Ole Miss. This is at Ole Miss, going LSU all the way. Having a new QB takes a little time, see improvement each week. Yeah, that's for Georgia. That's true. That is true. I mean, God, and that seems like all the way across the board to me. Yeah, I mean, look at all the new QBs we got coming in. You got Alabama. You got Tennessee, even though Milton had a little bit of experience. Georgia, a lot of different teams are. I guess that that QB position is a heavy load, but it's not just QB for Georgia either. I mean, I'm sure y'all had several go to the NFL. So got to fill everything out. But if you can fill it out and get better and progress as the year goes on, without losing games. That's what makes you a champion. That's what puts you in the number one spot, So, sorry, let me get my fake dip. Anybody ever try to quit dipping? Smoky Mountain Wintergreen is the way to go, guys. That is the way to go. Get that stuff. It'll help you quit. It ain't the same, but it feels that need, and you can swallow it. It's actually made out of kudzu roots. It's pretty cool. Let's see here. Lindsay said happy birthday. Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell y'all it's my birthday. Y'all don't go on and on about that, please. My gosh. I'm not big on, just boasting myself on my birthday or nothing like that. But if y'all want to send me anything, let me know. I'll give you my address. Just PM me. No, I'm just kidding, guys. I'm turning the nice bold age of 39, knocking on the door of 40. I look like I'm 52. I know. Y'all lay off of me. Yeah, running back at Georgia. I fear Kentucky this year. Don't fear Kentucky. Chad, do not fear Kentucky this year. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't want to upset any Kentucky fans. Let me just pull it up. Let me pull it up, Chad, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's see who they've played, okay? Let's see who the boys have played. They've played Ball, Eastern Kentucky, Akron, and Vanderbilt. Don't fear Kentucky. Do not fear Kentucky, please. They have got some proving to do before we fear them. All right. Hey, T, what's going on? I don't know who T is. He's on YouTube. What's up, Big Papa? Got a YouTube watcher coming in. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate the birthday wishes. Jonathan Page said, roll tide. We're getting there. We're getting there, buddy. I hadn't got there yet, but we're getting there. LSU, who have I picked so far? I know I picked Kentucky, which was my head's kind of saying Florida on that one. My gut's saying Kentucky. And that's what I'm going with. My gut was saying Arkansas. Head was saying Texas A&M. I got to write these down so next week we know. Georgia, Auburn, obviously head and gut. Georgia on that one. Vanderbilt, Missouri. Went Missouri. And I'm going to just say head and gut on that too. And LSU, Ole Miss. And it's at Ole Miss. So I appreciate it, Chad. Thank you. I'm Darren Borden's son from Collinwood. What's up, man? Tell Darren I said hey. So now we got – this is a tough one. So, LSU, Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin laid egg second half against Alabama last week. That's tough. That is tough. This week, though, it's going to be at Ole Miss. I can't remember. Was it at Ole Miss last time? I don't think it was. LSU by 5.5. I like that, Chad. 5.5. I like that. Are you a bookie? As bad as I hate to say this, LSU will most likely win, but I've got to pull for Ole Miss. I don't know, man. I'm not so sure, Daniel, Chad. I'm not so sure. Because it is at Ole Miss, and it's hard. And I can't remember if the Alabama game was at Ole Miss or not. I don't think it was. I think it was at Bama. Was it not? Let me know. I can't remember. I can go back and look, actually. Ole Miss has got to play better than they did last week. Well, I mean, they played good. This was Alabama they were playing now. Ole Miss. Matthew Conley. Kylie, I think I'm leaning toward you here. Let me put it this way. My head saying LSU, my gut's going Ole Miss, and I'm going Ole Miss. Matthew Colley come in there, and I said, man, hey, that's it. I'm doing it. I'm going Ole Miss. It's going to be the upset. Number 20, Ole Miss going to beat 13 LSU. And now the most dreaded one I got. Ouch, I'm still holding a Kiffin grudge. Can't cheer for Ole Miss. Yeah, Christopher, I don't try to put any kind of bias in my picks. But if I have my way, he wouldn't win another game. He'd get fired. I feel like he done us dirty. Let's see. I'm going to go back and look, see if Ole Miss was at home last week. I don't think they were. No, it was at Alabama. So, and they played pretty good in a hostile environment, I guess is what they all say. So, South Carolina versus Tennessee. Yeah, you're right, Chad. Thank you, buddy. All these messages, these comments are delayed. So when I ask y'all a question, it may be 30 seconds later before y'all see it. So it's kind of weird. I got bad internet. South Carolina at Tennessee. Oh, boy. Last year, I think we all remember what happened. I think we all remember what happened last year. Do we not? It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. We had one loss on the season. Man, we were looking good. We're knocking on the door at SEC play or at NCAA playoff. We go into South Carolina. We have a linebacker that didn't even make the trip, or starting linebacker didn't even make the trip to South Carolina. And this I mean, let's face it, they blew it. They freaking blew it. They got destroyed by South Carolina. And Spencer Rattler, Mr. Inconsistent, been inconsistent since he's been a quarterback in college football, okay, not just at South Carolina. He'll blow it up one game, next game, like he had never played before. And it just so happened the game against Tennessee, he blew it up last year. This time, he's going to be in the hostile environment. It's going to be over in Knoxville. The stadium's going to be crazy. People are going to be screaming. It's going to be wild. And I'm afraid that South Carolina is not going to win this game, guys. They are going to pull it off. And I think, if I know Heupel like I think I know Heupel, he's going to try to run the score as much as he can. I just don't know that he can with Milton. I'm sorry. So we're going to say Tennessee on this one, head and gut. And I hope my boys don't let me down. But so many times they have. So many times they have. But I just don't know how Spencer Rattler's going to be able to do in a hostile environment. And I hope it is hostile. I hope Tennessee fans show up and show out. I really do. I didn't realize Tennessee was ranked 21 and South Carolina's not ranked. I don't get that. But I guess it is what it is. Have they got 2 losses or something? What's going on with them? But anyway, let me look at this. South Carolina, they lost to North Carolina and they lost to Georgia. So, yeah, that would be the reasoning why. Now to that game's at 6:30. So then at 8 o'clock, which why the world is Alabama playing at 8 o'clock. And I have no idea. So here we go. Alabama at Mississippi State. Let's see what Mississippi State did last week. Last week, Mississippi State loses South Carolina 37-30. They let South Carolina score 37 points on them. They lost, let's see. They have lost to LSU, I'm pretty sure. I don't know why my screen's doing like it's doing. So they got 2 losses. They're completely defeated in the SEC this year. Alabama's going to roll them. I don't care. Alabama's going to roll them, boys. Milroe going to have a big day. He's going to have a big day against Mississippi State. I think here's the thing. A lot of people down on Alabama this year. I'm going to write this down too, by the way. Now, a lot of people's down on Alabama, kind of like they're down on Georgia. I think Chad can see what I'm saying here. They're down on Alabama like they're down on Georgia. Well, what? And even I'll admit it. Now, I was like, man, what have they got this year? They hadn't shown me much. Well, they've lost to Texas, pretty dang good team, at home, which really makes people wonder if they're as good as everybody thinks, if Texas is just that good, or if Alabama's kind of sluggish this year, whatever. But, dude, let's give them time. Let's see what they do. And they come out and showed out against Ole Miss pretty good in the second half, like crap first half. And they're starting to figure this thing out and play as a team. I really believe Alabama's going to be better than what most people think. I'm not rooting for Alabama to suck. Now, when they play Tennessee, I'm rooting for Tennessee to beat them. Right? I really am. I want Tennessee to win. I want them to beat them every year. Obviously, it's not going to happen. We played Alabama at home this year, and they're going to have to really fix some stuff if they're going to compete with Alabama. But I'm not a hater, I guess you'd say, of Alabama. I'm really not. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I hope they win every one of their games. That's my second favorite team. I don't do that. Oh, that's my number 2 team. I hope they go out and win every game except the one when they play. I'm not that way. But, I'm not rooting against them every game either. I kind of call it like I see it. Well, Alabama has not been playing very good. They hadn't, Daniel. They hadn't played very good this year, but they haven't played very bad either. They got one loss against a top-ranked Texas A&M team or Texas Longhorn team. So they hadn't necessarily played terrible either. So we got to be patient. Alabama fans got to be patient. That's for sure. Tennessee fans got to be patient with Heupel. We'll see. Maybe both of those teams can turn around because Tennessee definitely hadn't looked good either, losing to Florida in the swamp like that. But it is what it is. They are getting better, Daniel. They're going to get better. Keep watching them. Don't give up on them. But I hope the Tennessee-Alabama game coming up, I think that's a couple of weeks away, is exciting. Man, I hope it's that last game. You can say what you want to. Tennessee come out with a win, but that was a freaking exciting game, man. I probably lost weight. I was jumping around, hollering, acting like an idiot. It was so much fun to watch that game last year. I have LSU winning the West and Georgia winning the East. Well, let's pull the reins on LSU for a little bit. Now, they're good. Don't get me wrong. They're good. They got some size. I know they messed a bet against Florida State, but let's pull the reins and see what they do with Alabama. But I like it, T. I'll write that down. I'm gonna come write this T. It's going, and we'll see. If you're right, man, we're gonna bring you up. We're gonna talk about it. LSU West. Now, who's gonna win it though? LSU West, Georgia East. Who's winning the championship? Call it right now, T. Call it. Does the Vols beat Georgia this year? Question of the day. LOL. It is at Tennessee. I think it's going to be a little bit better game, which last year they only won by 2 touchdowns. So everybody like it was a huge blowout and they just manhandled the Vols, but it was a 2-touchdown win last year in Georgia Stadium, which was wild, absolutely wild. T's picking Georgia to win the East. I don't know. I don't know. I can't call it. I call it closer to time, man. If Tennessee continues the same lull they're continuing throughout the first of this season with their offense, Georgia's going to beat them. Absolutely. Their defense hadn't been that bad. They struggled in the first half against Florida. Second half, they tightened up, held them 3 points. The offense just couldn't put anything together, So, but if everything keeps playing out the way it's playing out right now, I'd say Georgia beats Tennessee at home. But if Tennessee turns it around, we'll see if that offense gets to clicking. I think they got the defense to beat Georgia this year. Yeah. So, but Christopher said he don't see it happen unless the crowd is just insane, in which the crowd will be insane. Don't be mistaken. It will be insane. I hope Tennessee beats the crap out of Alabama. Daniel, I get you, buddy. I'm with you, but I just don't think that's going to happen ever. As long as Saban's there, I don't know that we're ever going to go in there and just beat the crap out of them, like we did LSU last year at home. That was such a shocker to me, but I don't think it'll happen. Refs helped Florida win over Tennessee, is what Chad said. Yeah, but we didn't help. Tennessee players didn't help Tennessee players win either. So it was they jumping off sides, false starts, all that good stuff is ridiculous. So they got to fix some stuff. Well, I've got to get my butt in gear and get to work here in a little bit before the game starts. Come on, Brandon. Hope you have a great day. Come on. Daniel, hope you have a great day too. I appreciate you guys. Y'all got all my picks. Kentucky, Arkansas, Georgia, Missouri, Ole Miss, Tennessee, and Alabama all with wins this week. Enjoy it. I'm going to get ready to go to a golf tournament today. I may go live a little bit. I'm going to be out there with Big Daddy Holloman and John Phillips, who does Bleacher Talk with me, and I'm also going to be out there with Jeff Mixon, one of my old bosses. So we may go live a couple of times or just shoot some videos and post them later, doing a little fundraiser. So I appreciate you guys. I love y'all. Y'all have a good one. If you need me, I'll call you. Come on.